Yo, what's going on? Carter Man here, and welcome, guys, to the end of the year of 2024. The movies. I know there's some we're missing this year, but like I said, I did promise early this year I'm going to make a three-part movies. I'm going to make a top 10, maybe a little more of the good, the bad, and then shockingly surprised the mid and ones. So this one, I'm going to do my top 10, maybe it depends, like great movies I've seen this year. Like I said, there's a lot of people will not agree. There's some people like, oh, really? This is my list. Everyone's got their own opinion, so let's go with my favorite movies of this year. Starting off at the bottom is Kung Fu Panda 4. You know, I like how you brought back Jack Black, Aquafina, the new character, but the one thing that they did not they were missing was the Furious Five, you know, because the actors didn't come back, you know. So I thought that kind of leaves it out until they return to the credits. But I love the action, love the villains. They all came back, and you know, and of course you got the villain from the first movie, you know, and passing the torch to the new Ninja Warrior, and Poe's like, no, I want to know. So I thought the movie was really okay. And now let's go up to the next one. And that's Quiet Place Day One. You know, as a massive fan of Quiet Place and the sequel, I love this one. I like it. Kind of went PG-13. You know, I like it. We got the actress from Black Panther, Nakia, and of course you got the guy who's gonna be playing as the Human Torch in next year's a Fantastic Four. And I thought this movie was really good. You know, we got a little campy in New York. You know, it's like it takes place like the same time as the beginning of the sequel. You know, where these aliens are coming down, and every time they talk, they get killed. So they gotta say, and of course you got the actor who was in the last movie. So you got about this girl who was all sick, and you know, had her dog. So before she wanted to go, she wanted to get this pizza. And so she did with this guy who was alone. He was scared, so he didn't want to be alone, so he would go with her. And so towards the end, of course, she made a sacrifice of getting killed, and because she had cancer. And then that was it. I was like, oh, what a great sad moment right there. Hey, above all, you get Alex Wolff in here from the Naked Brothers Band show. You know, that hippie beard and all that. I was like, got Alex Wolff. Nice. He did really good in Pig. Oh yeah, really good movie. But yeah, I love Quiet Place Day One. The next one will be Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. As a massive fan of the original, I love the original from I think it came out in 1979 or 8. Those were the good ones. Yes, there were some weird, wacky ones. I know we had the 2001 one with Mark Wahlberg. That was okay. But for me, I love the prequels. Rise, Dawn, and War. So I was like, well, what are they going to do next? And they were making a new trilogy. I'm like, no, what are you doing? So when they come up with this new one with Kingdom Planet of the Apes, this character named Noah, I love how we immediately started with the funeral scene from War, like, because he's dead. We saw Cornelius, we saw Maurice, and then, of course, saw Rocket, you know. And I thought that was pretty cool. We explored this 3 generations later, which is 300 years later, or I think it was 300. You know, where we're at right now with this apocalyptic world. Like, the buildings are all covered in grass. Like, you're in the futuristic stuff. Like you know, that was pretty cool. Then, of course, his tribe was getting captured by the other apes. Proxima Caesar, who was a fake Caesar. And, of course, then Noah's learned about who Caesar was. Like, who is this Caesar? By this orangutan. So I thought that was pretty cool, telling the backstory of Caesar. Like, disrespecting his name. Because they know that, because he knows that he's not the real Caesar. So I thought, and throughout the story, you know, we get them exploring why they're going to this vaults, this big military base. All the weapons were in there. Then we're gonna see what the next movie is. The movie was really good. The VFX is oh my god, like the way he was bleeding, like the drool was coming out of his mouth, so good. I mean it. It's really good. So I loved Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and now we're going to Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Now I thought this was my second favorite. I know if you look at the ratings, you got 69. We got a little better, and we got a little better. I love the first one. You know, we got introduced that ugly Sonic, then they change it. Then we got the second one, which I was like, yeah, Knuckles in here. We got Tails. Then we got the Knuckles series, and we got this one with Keanu freaking Reeves as Shadow the Hedgehog. And now we're getting a fourth one. This entire trilogy was great. You know, you got Tom in there, the guy who plays Cyclops from the X-Men series. And then, of course, you got Sonic. And then we got introduced to Cyborg, or no, I'm sorry, I think it's called Evil Sonic, or the Cyborg, or the robot one. And then we're getting Amy Rose, finally the love interest of Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm like, yes, about time. And then we're getting Shadow back in the action. I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So this trilogy was really good, but the third one was the best trilogy. The third one, and I thought this one was really good. Good for the kids, good for the entertainment for family. So really good. Now let's move on to Inside Out 2. Inside Out 2 was a magnificent masterpiece of a sequel. That's rare. We haven't had the sequel that we deserved since 2015. Now, 10 years now. And I thought this one was a beautiful sequel. A decent one that we definitely needed. You know, they got new elements. We got new emotions, Evu. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. You got embarrassment. You got anxiety. You got these newcomers. And then, of course, they get abandoned because, you know, Riley needs to be happy. Or we got to try by using her anxiety. But Riley's like, no. She can't be happy forever. She's got to have all these emotions. I like that we have all these emotions. Embarrassment, fear, anger, disgust, happiness or joy, anxiety, embarrassment, ennui, envy, and then much more we can name. Nostalgia, you know, that's all we got. Those old, yeah, those what we have. So I thought Riley was going through like this phase of adulthood, I guess. I'm like, okay. With her friends and this hockey team she loves. So I thought it was a great graphics and great storytelling. And I hope we do get a third one. That well deserves a third one. And then let's move on to Deadpool Wolverine. Oh my god. This is the one I would never thought we'd get to see in the MCU. Deadpool and Wolverine. You know, Disney bought it in 2019. And of course, Wolverine or Hugh Jackman retired from that 2017 movie, Logan, because he didn't want to play him no more because of how the story ended. So he's a variant. And I love this story, going through the void, you know, Deadpool has to save his universe somehow. We get to see Wesley Snipes back in action, Jennifer Gardner's Elektra from my childhood, from the Daredevil movie in 2003, and her solo movie Elektra in 2005. You finally get Channing Tatum's Gambit. About dang time that people have been dying to see. Because remember, he was to get his own solo movie back in 2014. You know, listen guys, he's getting his own solo movie. And we never did. And we finally got to see his version. He said, oh, I'm going to make my name. Oh, are you ready for this? I'm going to make myself here now. I love the acting. You know, the mumbling, that was pretty funny. And then, of course, you get Chris Evans as Human Torch. Because not forget, before he became Captain America, he was Human Torch in the original 2005 and 2007's Fantastic Four and the Fantastic Four Red Silver Surfer, which was okay two movies. He's like, you know what happens? He's like, and Deadpool's like, oh my god, he said like, Avengers, it's in a flame on. So we can see Pyro, we can see Sabretooth. I like how Deadpool said, oh, Sabretooth, your brother. And then Cassandra Nova, the great villain. Then of course we got this British guy, you know, this trying to stop Loki from what he was doing was right because he wants to be in charge. So I thought that was pretty good. And then of course you get the new employee who's in charge now. I forgot her name from Loki. Did really well, so we can't wait to see them in the Secret Wars movie or Doomsday. So and his radar sucks. There's no drugs or because Disney, but it's okay. Hey, we got what we got. Bob Marley, One Love. What can I say about this biopic? My grandmother, I'm telling you, my grandmother would have loved the shit out of this movie. She would have wanted to go watch this 20 plus times in one day. Because she was born in 1958. She grew up in the 60s and 70s, loving the hippie music, like the peace, the love not to have war. And she grew up, her influencers were not just John Lennon, the Beatles, Janis Joplin, many more can name, but Bob Marley. I love his extraordinary story. You know what he was doing? Like he was making music about life and peace and not have war. Which I listen to, those songs are beautiful. That's what my grandma listens to. A massive influencer. Died way too soon, way too young. In his 30s, too young. But a great biopic. And we're getting the next one. It's called Michael Jackson. It's coming out, and don't forget that's coming out in 2025. So this one was a decent biopic. Now everyone's gonna like it, but I thought it was really good. I thought it was good. Now let's move on to the next movie. I know I'm looking at my head because I got some on my DVD. Transformers 1. Now, not a lot of people like this. I thought this was a great origin story how Optimus Prime and Megatron became enemies before. They were just massive junkers, just workers, and they were just friends. And then we got to see Scarlett Johansson's. I thought it was RC at the time, but it was a different person. Hey, we got Soundwave in there. We got Starscream. But I love how we saw it was Sentinel Prime, I think. I forgot his name. Who was the bad guy in this movie? The plot twist of trying to destroy this planet or the old primes. So Optimus trying to stop them, and they were being fooled by him. So Megatron was getting all raged up, and I was like, we'll handle it, but not that way. And then of course we got to see Optimus Prime becoming the new Prime. Then we got to see Megatron becoming who he is, banishing from Cybertron, being banished. But it was a great story, origin story, like a prequel before they became a thing. I thought it was really good. And Chris Hemsworth as Optimus, awesome. And you got the actor who plays Phastos in this one as Megatron. Come on. Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow. Was really good. And there's a movie that no one has ever talked about that I'm going to say is really good. I don't know if you call it a hot take. And that's Sting. The spider movie. The alien spider that came down his girl's apartment. And she's discovered it, so every time she feeds it, it grows bigger and bigger and bigger. Now, I thought at first it was going to be a bad movie. Yeah, there was some weird dialogue, which is kind of boring with the family. I wasn't interested in the girl. She was all braggy. With the spider, kind of like with that crappy movie Imaginary. But to be honest, it was really scary. Well, not really scary, but really a little horror. It was really good. Then we got to see this girl, discovering the spider. And at the end, they get trapped in this underneath this. We put the trash in, it traps and squeeze it, and you see his eyes, alien eyes. I was like, ugh. And it gets killed. But the one thing, there was one weird thing that was kind of confusing me is when the dad electrocuted himself, this girl was saying this, okay, on the count of 3, he's going to wake up. 1, 2, 3. And he somehow wake up wait, she has superpowers now? I know, it was a weird movie, but I enjoyed it. An alien spider movie? Yeah, heck yeah, why not? So that was pretty cool. So go check that out, guys. Sting. Very underrated movie of this year. Very underrated, too. I know I was going to put that in my underrated, but I'm going to put that one there. Another one is Abigail. Oh, come on. You got the actors from Scream 5 and 6. And, of course, you got the actors who play Scott Lang's daughter in Ant-Man the Wasp Quantumania. Do you know? I forgot his name. Who's going to be in Captain America Brave New World. Of course, you have the guy who plays the Blob in the X-Men movies. X-Men Origins Wolverine. So I thought this movie was really good. You got to kidnap this daughter who turns out to be Dracula's daughter, who's a vampire. So they got to babysit this girl till 24 hours. But then she starts slaughtering them, like the blood and the gore. And then at the end, we got to see her dad. I was like, damn. I was like, where did you come from? It was really funny for me. This is the way she was killing them, the way they were running. Like, oh my gosh, she's flying. She can fly. It was funny. I like the way I love the kills, though. Like, I love the gore. That was really cool. Yeah, I actually love the comedy in the movie. It was really funny, but it's really fun to go watch. You know, if you want to go watch it, it's a good time. Go watch Abigail. It's a really good vampire movie. There's another one, Alien Romulus. Oh my god, Alien Romulus is like the best Alien movies for me since Aliens. Because I've never seen all the Alien movies, so I finally watched them before this one. I have seen Alien, best movie. Aliens, great sequel. Alien 3 was bad. I don't know what the heck they were doing there with the prison. Alien Resurrection, for me, was horrible. I know there's some people that they still like it. For me, what the fuck were they doing? By giving that bad CGI clone of her, and you got the guy from Hellboy in this with that skeletonized alien towards the end of the movie. And then of course you got Prometheus and Alien Covenant, which were okay, but this one was the best Alien movie, the third best. Typical Alien movie. This little campy, I like it, and I love Andy, the best robot, the best android. I mean, you got the actress from who was in that movie called Civil War, who was a photographer, with Kirsten Dunst, and then of course you got the actress from Web, Dora the Explorer, yeah, and then she was in Transformers. Rise of the Knights. I'm sorry, I'm not good with names. Oh, The Last Night. Trash movie. And I thought they should did with the pregnancy thing, because someone was telling me that there was a really gore scene that they never done before. And then when they introduced this pregnant woman, it's like, let me see this is part of it. And then when I saw the gore scene, I'm just like, oh, that's the gore scene? So I thought that was a really gory moment. I was like, oh, that's nothing. But I thought it was really good. So the horror, like the face huggers, were actually scary, which I really like. But the one thing they need to start doing is bringing that catchphrase and get away from her, you bitch. I'm like, when Andy said, I'm like, ha ha, he's done it again. And then one weird thing I'm gonna say about this. I love the movie, but when that girl was falling down with the alien, why did the alien save her with his tail just to get shot? He just stood there like, shoot me, and then he gets killed him. It's like, yeah, that was a questionable scene. It was really questionable, but I ignored it. I loved it. I can't wait for the next one. So let's move on to Blink Twice. Blink Twice. I was gonna put it in my surprising movie, but I'm gonna put that one as my another favorite. You have this girl with her friend going on this vacation trip with this boss Channing Tatum, And then they didn't know what was going on at first. It was like, okay, they seem strange. But then it turns out that they were actually drugged or somehow with this perfume or something, with this flower. And it turns out that they were there to be raped and used. Because we saw those flashback scenes. And then they get bloody gore at the end of the movie. And then there was some weird, questionable scenes, like plot holes, but I didn't care. I thought that was a really cool, okay, plot. And then you got the questionable, like, the set of plot holes, so, yeah. So, I would recommend this watching a VOD or DVD, so I thought Blink Twice was an okay movie. And I'm looking again, Terrifier 3. Now, what can you say about the Art the Clown as a massive fan of my tattoo on my leg? That was I love the first one, but not as much. I love the sequel. And when they came out the third one, it was a Christmas theme, like, yes. And then when I saw, like, the movie, when I saw, like, the kills, like, the story they're going with, after that with Chris Jericho, I'm just like, when I saw the kills, like, oh, shit. Like, there were he kills the kid in the beginning of the movie. Thank God they did not show that. They got the addict killed, and they got that, there was the next kill, I forgot what it was. The cop getting his head torn off by the decapitated body of Art the Clown. Sorry, the graphics. But then, but my favorite kill was the shower scene. I am not going to explain it because it's very gory. Very, very gory. If you want to know what I mean, go watch it. It's a really good Halloween and a Christmas movie. If you want to go see something that's horror and Christmas time, this one. But this movie was fucking good. Yes, there were some weird, questionable scenes like, what happened to the brother? Why? I mean, he was killed, but we didn't see him. I know they had to cut some scenes out, but they are teasing us of Terrifier 4, which we can't wait to watch. So, Terrifier 3, it was so hard to choose or the second one, but this was really good. I could watch this again next Christmas or Halloween or any day. It's really good. So I would recommend to go watch Terrifier 3. Man, there's so many this year. I don't know what to say, guys. So I think I'm going to give me a couple more. Then I'm going to do my surprising movies of the year. The next one is Venom: The Last Dance. Go ahead. Hot take here. Get mad at me. I love the Venom: The Last Dance. I know this rocky road with, the Spider-Man whatever with no Spider-Man universe has been a bad ride. But I loved Morbius. Not as much, but I enjoyed it. I love the Venom franchise. That's how they make decent money. I love the first one. The sequel was really good. This one was the same as the first one. It was good. Fun, and yes, they were keep teasing us Spider-Man. They didn't retcon that symbiote, but they did kind of retcon that portal scene. I'm like, never saw that in that before. But like, it was just a road trip, and then I got really touchy at the end of the movie with that Memory song by Maroon 5. That teared me up. With this relationship between Venom and Eddie Brock for that 1 year. And I thought it was really good. We got to see the symbiotes. We got to see a little bit of Null by Anna Serkis. Last minute change, I guess. And then it sucks and it's not going anywhere because the franchise is over with. But what you gotta do? But I thought Venom: The Last Dance was personally a great Sony. Yes, there was 2 other bad ones, but I thought this one was the best Sony movie of the year. So I gotta give credit to that. So I think that's my list, guys. I don't know what else to say. I'm gonna do one for shows too, so be on the lookout, guys, for my top 10 or whatever more of shocking or like mid, like an underrated movie of the year. Peace.